Okay, so if you clearly observe, this is a data file and FDM, this is a target is HFM. So whatever the chart of accounts here, ICP scenario, and the same type of dimensions we already built in the FDM. This is scenario, year and period, and we have used for these three things: scenario, year and period. And which options we used? These three are used. We use it as a these three are we use it in the control tables. Okay, this one we use it as in the control tables. These things are all are as a mapping files. We use it as a mapping files. These things as a mapping file. And this one account, as we use it as an explicit mapping file, and entity is used as a like. ICPM custom for all, we use it as a like mapping file. So now we made the FDM as a bit clear. So now FDM will understand if any data file is loading. Now this FDM will check each and every line of data file, and it will check which scenario, which entity, what is the custom 1, custom 2, custom 4. Now FDM will understand if they are loading the data, where exactly this data has to be pushed, because now this FDM is clear. So whatever the mapping dimension files are available, now this one is clear. Now this FDM is almost clear, and if any data file is loading into the FDM file, this data file has to be pushed into the HFM. Okay, if we want to load this file into the FDM, so data file, how the file will be look. So I will show you the how the data file sample data file. Let me show you sample data file. So data file looks like this. This is sample data file. Account, this file is as an Excel sheet. Might be we can see the file .xls or .txt. So whatever it may be, you can load the data as .txt or .xls. So let me open as XLS. Looks somewhat bit clear here. This is a row number 1, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. All these are there. What is the column 1 is the account, column 2 is the, so this is custom 3, this is custom 2, this is ICP, and this one is the amount. All these are things are there. If this data file is loaded, this file is loaded into the FDM, means this is the file .xls file. It is loaded into the FDM. This FDM cannot understand this data file. It will go and check. It will check like this, and data file, and this file cannot understand FDM. To make understand this data file FDM will ask clearly. It will ask first row what is existing, first column is what is existing, second column is what is existing, third column is what is existing, fourth and fifth column is what is existing. So we have to tell all these things to FDM very clearly, that this is the first column is account is existing, second column is custom 3 existing, third column is custom 4 existing, fourth column is ICP, fifth column is account. Then only FDM will understand all these dimensions, and it will ask the missing one. So what are the missings? Entity and custom 4 view, value, all these things are. So we have to mention, we have to give very clear idea to the FDM, then only FDM will understand. So if you want to load the data file, it will ask what exactly is column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, then only FDM will understand. So to make all these things here, like one more concept is, if they are loading the data file, to make understand what we have to do, this is the import formats. So this concept is called as the import formats. What exactly here happening means, so to load this data means the FDM has to understand. So we have to tell to a FDM row column 1, column 2, column 3, all these things we have to tell in the FDM into the particular option. Where that option is existing is, that is called metadata import formats. This is the import formats. If you click on the import formats, it will ask the heading name first. So I am giving as I am going to load this import format to the India, tile balance India, in the description as a for India entity. This is a delimited. Here we are going to load this file. I am going to load as a .txt file. So this is a .txt file. So all these columns are, all these items are separated by the comma. That's why I am using as a delimited as a comma. I am going to update this grid. Okay, the grid is successful update. Now in this, these are called import group. In the import group, this is the import fields are there. Now we have to tell the FDM very clearly in the what column is what is existing. So that's why I am going to add first one. This is, if we double click here, you can see the first one is the amount, and this is the second one, skip, third one I am taking as a source FM entity. So if you clearly observe whether the source FM entity is existing in the data file, source FM entity. So first column, second column, fourth column, fifth column. In any column there is no source FM entity. So what we have to do means, if any dimension is not available in the data file, we have to mention as a field number 1 and number of field also 1. This means, so I am writing for India. This means clearly telling as a, this source FM entity means the entity dimension is not mentioned in the data file. That is the meaning. I'm just clicking on the upgrade grid. Then I'm going to add next. Next one is the going to tell as a, so FM entity, FM account, whether this FM account is existing in the data file. Yes, FM account is existing in the here. This is a column number 1. How many are there? Total 5 columns are there. So now what I am giving is, field number 1, where exactly it is existing, at first column. Total number of columns is 5. Okay, so we can upgrade grid. So now what I am doing is, let me add all the items, and after that I will add it. So upgrade, let me click on upgrade grid. Okay, and let me add one more column. Now this is, now next is ICP. So ICP is existed at fourth column. Total columns are 5. So I am giving as a, this is the 4th column. Total number of fields are 5 columns. This is ICP. Okay, just clicking on the tab button. so I'll go to the next option. That's it. So next, after that I see custom one. So whether the custom one is existing. Yes, custom one is existing at the third. This one is the third column. So custom one is existing at third column. Total number of columns are 5. Okay, next just click the tab. Next, column 2, select. Column 2 is existing. Yes, column 2 is existing at the second column. Total number of columns are 5. And click on the tab so that I get to the next item. Custom 3. Now I am going to select custom 3. Okay, custom 3. Okay, so now custom 3 is not available in that data file, so I am making as a 11. 11 means there is no field is existing here. So let me click on the tab. Okay, custom 3 I am keeping as a none because this is not available. That's why in the expression I am keeping as a none. So let me click on update grid. Okay, so we have came up to the custom 3. Let me add one more. Custom 4. Custom 4 also it is not existing. That's why I am clicking the field number 1, row number 1. That means there is no this dimension in the data file. So now custom 4 is over. Now view. I am using as a view also. There is no available in the data file. That's I am keeping as a one. And this view is actually it is YTD. Since the expression, that's why I kept as a YTD. Next field is the account description is next field as a amount. This is amount field is existing at what is the column number. This is amount field. This 5th column number 5th. So amount field existing 5th. Total number of fields also 5th. 5 and so clicking on the upgrade grid. So now this FDM will understand if the data file is loading. Now it is clearly understand in what column it's existing, what dimension. Okay, so even though this FDM will not understand, now what we have to do means this one import group is belongs to India. If anybody data is loading to India, then only this has to understand. To make that one, we have to go to the metadata locations. From here we have to click the India and click the workflow behavior. Here you can see the import format is drop down. If it drop down, now you can see the option TB India. Select this import format group and save it. Now this FDM will understand if they are loading data to India, this import format is matching, and if you load this data to India, then it will understand. FDM will understand clearly, and this data, if you load the data, it will send the data to the particular target application.